When it comes to AI, there are a lot of hidden draws on resources. Demands on electricity and fresh water can be quite high. And as Alberta and Canada aim to grow the AI sectors, alternatives to obtain these resources may be needed to be considered. Could going to the moon be one of them? Jim Kalogiros, Vice President of Secure Power at Schneider Electric Canada, joins us to talk about the possibility of using the moon to support AI demands. Good morning.
Good morning, Cory. How are you?
Great to have you with us. And first off, let's talk about what a data center on the moon would look like.
I mean, not much different than what a data center would look like here on Earth, other than the fact that it's floating in space. It would be a structure filled with compute. The main benefits of obviously sending it up into orbit is because there's huge benefits of, free solar energy. The zero atmosphere requires no cooling, so there's an abundance of cold air. So that's sort of what's that data center's going to look like when it's up there.
Okay, and can using moon-based data centers actually be a viable solution?
There are definitely companies that are exploring it. I mean, SpaceX being one of them. Others that have tried similar build-outs. Microsoft in the mid, I think 2015, 2020 had put some data centers at the seabed of the ocean because of the same sort of reasons. Cold water doesn't require a lot of air conditioning, and that was sort of the the premise around how to get to the moon or how to put it in orbit, because there's also the benefits of limited resources here on Earth. So what else can we utilize to get data centers to be optimized?
That's right. The resources, they can be quite limited. What resource constraints is Canada facing as AI adoption accelerates?
You're hearing about these power constraints that we have. We have an aging grid here in Canada. We've got some infrastructure limitations that we have to work on. And there's definitely a water requirement for these data centers to keep them cold and operating. So that's mainly the main resources that we're seeing as a bottleneck. But I think there's definitely ways to solve some of those problems here on Earth. I think this whole moon premise, although very futuristic, is just highlighting what things we have to solve for here on Earth.
That's right. And what are some of the major challenges that make the moon impractical for data centers? And then I guess what can we learn from them?
Yeah, look, getting equipment up into space is a challenge number one. Providing the data to transfer back and forth from space to Earth is another issue. Radiation, call it orbital space storms, you name it. All of those things are what's going to keep data centers grounded on Earth for some time. And until they solve for some of that, I think we've got to figure out how we solve some of the issues we have got here.
That's right, for sure. And what type of practical opportunities exist today for Canada's data center infrastructure? And how can operators, prepare for what's coming our way and what's needed?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different things that they can implement to help drive the consumption of energy down, the consumption of water down. And, Schneider Electric obviously works on solutions to help these operators. We've got technologies that will go in and automate for them. We've got technologies from a software perspective that make sure that we right-size the data center so they're not leaving any wasted energy or phantom loads that are wasting 30% of the energy they're currently consuming. So we can definitely go in and look at how we right size the facilities. We've got efficient products that are driving down the wastage of energy as well. So it's a matter of getting resilient, getting efficient, building for the future, and ensuring that whatever energy is in the data center is being optimized relative to how it currently is operating.
And because I imagine this is just pretty much inevitable.
It is. Look, AI is driving this at an exponential rate. It's coming at us faster than we had anticipated. And we have to look at how we invest in our infrastructure, in our grids, in some of these facilities to ensure that we have the sustainability to maintain this growth. And the other thing is there's a competitive angle to this. Like, we don't, as a country, want to be left out from being able to participate in this AI pursuit. There's also an idea around data sovereignty, making sure that people who are building AI solutions or AI technology in Canada reside in Canada. So we definitely have to start solving some of these issues.
Yeah, for sure. Jim, I want to thank you so much for this conversation this morning.
A real pleasure. Thank you for the time.
And for more information, you can visit Schneider Electric Canada at se.com/ca.